Hi, everybody. It's Melissa here with Communicate with Angels, and I'm here live with you today to share how your angels can help you take the guesswork out of finding your unique path and purpose. I think this is a really important topic, one that I know is probably really relevant to many of you who might feel stuck, like you're going through a transition. You need to find your path in life. You want to know what you're here to do this lifetime. Well, you have a team of guides, whether you call them angels, helpers, guides, it doesn't really matter. But you have a team of master souls with you who can help you on that journey once you learn how to communicate more clearly with them. This month, I'm going live every day for the rest of August. I'm calling it Angels August. Hope you'll join me here as often as you can or watch the replay. And tomorrow, Thursday, August 25th, I'm also doing a free masterclass on how to connect with your angels or spirit guides. And so I encourage you to sign up for that free class. You can join me live on Zoom. I'm going to show you a method of connecting with spirit so that you're more clearly able to receive their messages and guidance all the time throughout your day when you use this tool. And also we're going to practice hearing a message from your angels. So it'll be fun, it'll be experiential. Invite your friends, and do go ahead and sign up for this one in August. Don't procrastinate, because there's some special things that are only happening at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the link for you to sign up for that free masterclass, and do share that with your friends. Hopefully I spelled that right. Okay. If you have questions as we go through, please type them in the chat. If you're here live or watching the replay, let me know where you are in the world. I'm calling in from Richmond, Virginia. Lovely to connect with you all here today. Okay, so how can your angels help you take the guesswork out? You innately know your purpose and path, but it can become confusing. Doubt can come in. Questioning can come in. Procrastination, right? And that is normal, because there's so much pressure that we start to bump up against, whether it be your own programming from childhood that tells you that you should do it this way, or people around you questioning you, or just pressure in the environment, stress, responsibilities. Things can get clouded. And so we regularly need to tap into that higher guidance of spirit to reassure us, to support us, to help us to realign with what we're really here to do. It's so easy in our busy lives to forget that we're spirit. And so I would love for you to develop a relationship and a communication with your angels so that you can regularly remind yourself, I am energy, I am spirit, I have a purpose, and this is what I'm really here to do. It's to fulfill that purpose. All the things that society tells us are important are really just a means to an end, right? The paying the bills, the raising the kids, it's all important. It's not that it's not. But if we make that the be all and end all, we start to feel lost and confused and questioning. Let me know in the chat if you relate to that. I've been there too. So here's some ways that your angels will help you to realign with that path and purpose. Because they have a bigger picture, they have a bird's eye view. They don't judge us. They will be honest and truthful, and they're not going. They help us to get out of our own way. That's how I work with it. If I'm getting in my own way, if I'm feeling doubt or indecisive, okay, I need to cleanse and I need to get spirit's perspective on things. Not that I have to follow that advice, but it's very valuable advice to be able to access. Okay, so timing is one of the key things that you would be helpful to ask your angels about. If you have a transition or a change coming up, for me, I'm looking to move house. It feels like a big transition because I'm also moving in with my my romantic partner for the first time. So it's going to be different, right? We've been together for 2 years, but this is a whole new level. Maybe you're going through a transition in career. You're looking for what's next. Maybe you're going through a transition in relationship. I got divorced a few years back, and it was challenging, but it was healing and necessary as well. So timing So what I'm getting at here is that you probably already have a sense that something needs to change, right? Trust your own intuition too. But it's hard sometimes to pin down all the facts of that. What is it? When's the timing? Where do I go? Why am I doing this? The what, when, where, why. So the when is something that you can really ask your angels about. So if you're having a feeling to quit your job, okay, when is the best timing to do that? Or to move to a new state or a new country or whatever it is for you. For me, it's just down the road, but it feels like a big deal, right? So when is the timing for that? These are the questions that I've been asking my guides about the transition that I'm going through in my life. Contracts. This is huge. I'll probably be posting some more videos about contracts in the next coming months. So we can have contracts with people in many different ways. And a contract is something that I learn and grow from, a connection with a person where we have something to accomplish together. And that doesn't always mean, reaching a goal, although it kind of is, because if it's a friendship or just a purely social type of relationship, you still are like accomplishing something in the sense of you're learning spiritually something from them and they're learning from you, right? There can be contracts where it's more of a client relationship, or a contract where you're just helping a random stranger, but there's an act of kindness that you offer that person. We can also have contracts with opportunities. So with a job, with a business, with a volunteer, maybe you're coaching your kids' sports team, or, doing those kind of opportunities. If we hold on to that for too long, we're not in the timing of our purpose. So your angels can help you. It's really helpful to ask questions about your contracts with your angels. And remember, they're advising you from the bird's eye view perspective that they have, and also that you have a contract with your angels because they're here to help you unfold your purpose and to do what you came to do, and remind you when you get off track, give you those hunches and nudges along the way that help you to stay aligned with your purpose. Because planet Earth can be quite negative at times. There's a lot of pressure. And so isn't it wonderful to know that we have that backing to help and assist? But we need to do our part too, right? We need to learn how to ask the questions. We need to receive, and we need to do something with the information that we do receive, right? So that's your part of the equation, to learn to be more receptive, to learn to communicate and ask questions and receive help. Hi, Jennifer. Glad you're here. If anyone else wants to say hi, please do. And if you have a question, please post it in the chat. So with contracts, you can ask, what is the contract with this person? Right? So one of the things that I know I'm learning from my boyfriend is it's about communication and give and take. And that's not something that I had very much in my childhood. So it's something I need to learn, right? How to have a balanced communication. You can ask your angels about what is the timing of a contract, right? Has a relationship ended, or does it need to change? And that's not just romantic relationship, right? It could be friendship, business partnership, a client, all that. The other thing just slipped my mind, darn it. Yeah, but the timing of a contract is really important. If the other thing comes back in, I'll let you know. Let me just take a sip of water. And then Jennifer posted a question, which is a really good one. So if anyone else has any other questions before I hop off, let me know. Okay, so how do you know when the voice is your angels and guides versus yourself? Okay. So this is the most common question I get asked. So I do have a couple videos on my channel regarding this too. There's a couple things that will help you to make the distinction. Okay, so one is that when it's your angels talking to you, it doesn't require any effort. You're not putting any brain power into it, so to speak. It just pops in out of nowhere. It's just like, I went to lunch with a friend today, and I offered her the opportunity to be my assistant at a retreat that's coming up. And she's absolutely thrilled to be able to attend the retreat. Um, and so she's more than willing to be my support person for the retreat. But I was sharing with her that back in early June, so nearly 3 months ago, my angels were showing me her face. I saw that impression of my friend's face. And I also heard from angels, she's the person that will be your assistant. And I didn't bring it up to her for nearly 3 months here. And immediately when I asked her, she said yes. Like it just felt totally in alignment. So I received that message visually. I am a visionary. That's my first gift. And there's 4 gifts, and I'm going to tell you guys what those 4 gifts are on the masterclass tomorrow. So go ahead and check out that link that I posted for that. But my point, coming back to your question, Jennifer, is that and this happened 3 times with 3 people that are going to be a part of my retreat. I just kept seeing it. And it wasn't like I was thinking about it. It was just this thing that just popped in out of nowhere. Okay, so that's one way to make a distinction. And I sometimes you use the word voice there, and people don't always think about the fact that there's 4 different gifts. There's 4 different avenues for how communication come in. So it's not always a voice. That's one of the 4. Yeah, divine synchronicities. It's so fun when that happens. And it's interesting today, like taking the guesswork out was the title of today's live. And that really was a good example of taking the guesswork out, because I didn't have to do any research about who's going to be my assistant. I didn't have to really put any effort into it. I just asked my friend and she said yes. You know, so what a great way to just save time and take a lot of hassle out of things, is to just get that alignment. But yeah, so voice, it's not always a voice. And so really pay attention to all these different ways that guidance comes in: hunches, inner knowing, sense of the future, pictures, feelings, chills on your body, goosebumps. Okay. But when it is the clairaudient part, because that is one of the 4 gifts, I find that it does kind of sound like my own thoughts, but there's a different tone to it. There's a different feeling to that energy. It doesn't feel like me. It feels like I'm receiving backing. So the best thing that you can really do is to practice your own intuitive development and starting to sense energy. And we all do all the time. It's just we're not skilled enough. Well, it's not that you're not skilled, you are, but it's like you just need to hone it a little more and to practice and to be more aware and to pay more attention, right? And that comes through just having some practices where you do it. And being involved with groups is great for that, with that intention. So I hope that helps, Jennifer. And sometimes when we're overly concerned about, wow, was that me? Did I just make it up? Is that really my angels? That's when your intellect is coming in and just getting in the way. And you don't communicate with spirit through your mind/intellect. So as soon as that busy mind comes in and starts going, blah, 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 you didn't do it right, how could that be? You need to just kind of cut that energy and come back to it later, or cleanse if you know how to do the spiritual cleansing. I'm going to, again, teach you guys that on the masterclass tomorrow. That's so cool, Jennifer. She says, I've been hearing a voice and it's been very loving, gentle, beautiful. Okay, so that's what I was saying about there's a different tone of energy when you're receiving it from guidance. And I agree with you. In my experience, it's very gentle. Okay. It's just there. It's just present. And if I'm too stressed, then I'm not aware of it. Yeah. So she said it's only during meditations. So that's a good start, right? And when you learn the spiritual cleansing technique on the masterclass tomorrow, that when you can start doing that technique throughout the day, and it only takes half a minute to do, you are going to start having that experience, not just in meditation time, but throughout your day. And maybe for some of you right now, it's more happening when you're driving or when you're in the shower. Anyone notice this? Or maybe when you're going for a walk, right? Those kind of times, doing yoga. But those are the times when our body is more relaxed and tuned in. And so that's when you'll often start getting the guidance. And as you work with this more, you cleanse throughout your day, it will happen at other times too. But here's the thing, if you are stressed, then you've energetically created distance between you and your angels. So then it becomes those practices, whether you call self-care is like the buzzword lately, you could call it that, or you could just call it like being more relaxed. But bringing in those practices so that you can tune back in, because it's really tuning back into the real you, right? The real you as a soul is the good, kind, loving, sharing, understanding part of you. It's that spirit that incarnated into this lifetime with wisdom and trust and sincerity and knowledge of self. And we just lose it along the way. Everybody does, because it's actually part of our learning and growing process of why we come to planet Earth as well. It's like we come to shed crap and we come to relearn that we are spirit and that we are one. Yeah. How do our angels see us physically, because they don't have physical eyes like us? Yeah, so it's not really, they don't really see us physically. They're tuning into our energy. And as you get more on the spiritual path and more tuned into your gifts, you will start to sense energy more and more. So, some days I might be tired and I'm not doing this as much. Some days when I'm more relaxed and I'm more tuned in and I don't have, stressors going on in my life, then I'm very tuned into energy. And it just comes with practice. The other day I was like, oh, I'm feeling kind of down. And then I realized later that it was the last day of a 12-week program that I've been running with a group. And those 12 people in the group were feeling sad that the group was coming to an end. And that's why I started feeling sad that day. It wasn't even me, right? So that's an example of how we can pick up energy. In that case, I didn't discern where it was coming from and who it was. But so then there's times for me personally that when I do discern, I'm like, oh, okay, that's my son thinking about me, or I'm picking up a thought, or if I am in the room with somebody, I spend a lot of time working from home. I'm going to change that soon. But when I am, in person, I'm talking to somebody, I can sense how they're feeling. I can see their face. I can see their energy. And you start to get tuned into that. Or you get a premonition of what's going to happen in your day or what's coming for you, etc. So the language of energy, that's how our angels see us. They see us as energy. So I've never been asked that question before, Jennifer. So yeah. Okay, Eric, Iwa, sorry. I love that technique. So probably talking about the spiritual cleansing. Yes, I get chills every time. We have to learn how to listen from and into the heart. Hello from Sweden. Hey there. Love the international vibe. Thank you for that. Yes, I'm really thrilled to just share that spiritual cleansing technique freely, because I think it's having a ripple effect around the world. I've lost count now. Like, who knows how many people have actually learned that technique from the 10, 15 years I've been sharing this. And I think it's just so needed, right? We don't realize how sensitive we are. So as well as helping you to be more connected with your angels, it also helps you just to kind of keep your own energy compact, not so susceptible to picking up on other people's thoughts and feelings and vibrations. You can stay more detached. You can stay more relaxed inside. So if any of you have not learned it yet, I will be sharing it on the free masterclass tomorrow. So let me just type in that link again. Even if you can't make it live, go ahead and register, because you'll get the replay video the following morning, and you'll learn the spiritual cleansing technique. And there, it changed my life. Sounds like it changed. Is it Ulrika? Changed her life, and it could change yours too. Yeah, and Jennifer had said thank you, and the heart has eyes of its own. Yeah, beautiful. All right, so this was so fun. Thank you for your comments and questions. If there's any other questions, now's the time to ask, because I'm going to wrap this up. But can't wait to really connect with you even more deeply on the masterclass tomorrow. It's called How to Connect with Your Angels or Spirit Guides. You can choose between 2 different times, choose whichever one works for you best for your schedule. And you're welcome, Jennifer, and I will see you all there. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.